Welcome to Formula One.
Okay, welcome to round 19 of Joe Average Racers Season 1. If you guys are still watching or have found me, I appreciate you coming out and checking out my videos. This race will wrap up Season 1, and as you can see, I'm 37 points behind, so I'm definitely out of the hunt for the championship. But the Germans are atop the top two positions of the leaderboard there, with Lewis Hamilton coming up in third. I still haven't sewn up completely second place, so there is something to race for in this race. And on the other hand, though, the Constructors' Championship, we've locked up second place, and there's not going to be anything that we can do to mess that up. So with that, we'll go to Abu Dhabi and hit the practice.
Welcome to Abu Dhabi in the United Arab Emirates, where the temperatures and humidity are high and conditions will be tough for the drivers. It's been a long year, but a really exciting one for the fans, the drivers, and of course the teams. What are we expecting from today's practice session?
With the Drivers' Championship already decided, focus switches to the Constructors' battle.
Okay, I've ran a few laps here, and me and my teammate are near the top of the practice times here. I'm sure that'll change a little bit before the end of the session, but I just want to get a few laps in and just see where I'm at and how it feels. I'm not super comfortable with where I'm at with only putting in 4 laps of practice, but at this point it really doesn't matter much. I've got to have just a decent showing in this race and not lose too many points to Hamilton, who is down the practice charts for now. So let's see how far he is behind me here. 1.6 behind me. So we'll see where that ends up, and we'll fast forward the clock and then head to qualifying.
It's been a productive day for Kimi Räikkönen. He's managed to get P1 in today's practice session.
All right, so you got Hamilton on options, so maybe he's having some issues here. We'll have to see where he ends up in qualifying. The Mercedes are down the list. Williams seem to have pace in practice, so we'll see if they can replicate that in qualifying.
It's Saturday afternoon here at Yas Marina, where the drivers are about to embark on a challenging qualifying session ready for tomorrow's Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Even though the championship has already been decided, there's still a race to win here this weekend and some championship points available for teams and for drivers to collect. So I don't think anyone will be taking this weekend for granted.
If this ends up being pretty good, I'm just going to park it and go. get screwed over by these guys on this second lap. Alright, I used that draft pretty good. We'll see how we're going to fare here. We'll go back to the garage. Not too many people out right now. I got my 2 laps in, 142.480. I'm only up by a little over a tenth, so I may end up losing that, but I'm up by 7/10 on Raikkonen, so I think I'm going to park it there and see where we end up. All right, we haven't had any issue with getting poles in the second half of the season, so get another one today. I don't know how many in a row that is, but it's a shit ton.
Performance by Sebastian Vettel. He made it look easy.
Well, he really pulled that one out of the bag. A very good result, and one that they'll be looking to build on for the race tomorrow.
So I guess Rosberg feels like he's won the championship. He really don't have anything to do here because he's sitting in 13th position with his teammate sitting in second. So he may just end up charging through the field and being a competitor at the end. Who knows? The Williams, not so impressive in qualifying as far as the way they were in practice. They really showed pace in practice, but Massa has an 11th starting grid position, so that's not too high. Perez with his 5th place grid position has really shown that he might have some pace today. We'll just have to see and watch that. Let's head to the race.
Welcome to Yas Marina Circuit for this day into night race. The teams are done putting the finishing touches to the
day into night race. That is correct. We're running 50% race, so you'll see it transition tonight as we move on.
Of being on pole for today's race and go on and claim that win.
He'll want to end this weekend on a high after yesterday's fantastic performance, but he's going to have a lot of competition. I doubt he'll be expecting an easy race, especially considering the teams around.
Does she have braces on?
What would you have been doing overnight if you were Lewis Hamilton to make up the time difference that he needs to make up based on yesterday's qualifying times?
He clearly has a pretty good balance in the car. He just needs to work out where he can squeeze an extra tenth or two to make up the difference.
So try not to screw up my teammate this time. So maybe I'll pit on the front end of things, like lap 6 and then 14. I don't know. I haven't quite figured that out yet when my teammate's going to pit. I wish that would be something that they would throw up on the info screen so that you could see that you weren't blocking him, because I've messed up Raikkonen a few times this season and we could have got a few more constructors' points. I don't know why they don't give you the inside line for pole position. Hamilton had the inside line for, get out of my way, dude. He had the inside line going into turn 1. I would think that that would be preferred position for the pole setter. Really not super comfortable with the back half of this course right now. I'll get there as the race moves on, though.
Okay, there's enough fuel in the tank to get us through the whole race. Remember that we'll get lighter and faster as we get through it. We shouldn't see any rain, but if a storm front does appear, then we'll let you know.
Definitely outbreaking the AI right here. If I don't get away from Hamilton, I'm going to be fighting that DRS zone the whole race. Tires are starting to give up. I'm going to pit on lap 6. I'm going to go with suggested ones because Raikkonen is fighting with Hamilton right now.
But you are going to start to notice the wear, so make sure it doesn't catch you out.
Ooh, Raikkonen and Hamilton came in, both of them.
Fuel level, we have 40 kilos remaining. 40 kilos.
Turn it up and try to make up some time. All right, pit road. Fuck, almost missed it. All right, we'll have to see where we end up here. We got
Complete, go now.
Raikkonen and them and Hamilton back in traffic, it looks like. So that may help us there too to get away.
Strategy, we have 2 stops planned. With a little extra fuel, so you have some in hand to run a faster engine mode for a bit.
Well, Hamilton got in front of me. No DRS. And he got DRS, so he's going to get by this car. I'm going to get DRS here, and we're going to see if we can't get by Hamilton. He's got it too. Oh, twofer. Twofer. Freaking love it. Hamilton's coming in, entering lap 13.
Which driver it is yet? Ready? Then you'll certainly start too soon. Just be careful.
A little bit better entry into the pits this time. Give me a good one, boys. Not bad, under 2.4. Cannot see Hamilton come. There he is, coming down the front stretch right there, probably. like he's going to get by me again.
There's about a lap's worth of spare fuel in the car. You won't be able to run in mix 3 for long with that much, but do...
Massa got in front of him. Nice. That'll help me, although he'll get DRS. Maybe Massa will get DRS off me. Massa's holding him up massively. 2.7 seconds, and I just fucked up that corner because I was looking at the time. That takes DRS off the table, so that's good. So after these section of straights right here, I'll take my fuel back to standard. Looks like Raikkonen has elevated himself back into third after these pit stops. Increased my lead to 4 seconds, so without the aid of DRS, Hamilton's not able to stay with me. Of course, I just set a fastest lap too. There he's getting the blue flag. How we negotiate this traffic here will be key in how much we hold that lead over Hamilton. Oh, and we got DRS. Worked out. All right, we're into the pits for our last stop. I don't know if Hamilton's coming in behind us or not.
Exit now.
We're still out front, so I'm guessing that he did come in behind us.
That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops.
Seems to be the spot to overtake people. They get out of your way in the middle of that corner. Up to 7.6 seconds over Hamilton. So no need to turn up the wick on the fuel flow unless I really need it. Wow, Rosberg is going to get lapped. Not something you see every day. He's getting the blue flag. Wow. Gonna turn up the wick for a little bit. Got plenty of fuel. Run this thing out to the end. Really?
The track is clear. Green flag.
That was fucked up. That could have lost me the race. No damage out of that. That's amazing. I lifted his ass end off the ground.
Nice work.
That's a winner.
Race win. Well done.
Drivers World Champion. Now, how in the hell did that happen? I was disqualified out of that. It'd be interesting to see what's going on here. That might have just been a missed graphic. I'll take the win, though. Once I got Hamilton out of that DRS, that really helped me out quite a bit. There in the waning laps, the last 5 or 6 laps, though, he got out of lap traffic, and I turned it up to Rich, and he was still catching me by a couple tenths a lap. So
Perfect day for Nico Rosberg. He didn't win today's race, but he won't care. He's done enough, and he's this year's Drivers' World Champion.
It's a fantastic achievement for the German driver, and there's no doubt he'll be celebrating late into the night with his Mercedes team.
That's it for today's Grand Prix, and from Ant and I, it's goodbye, and see you again next time.
that little mishap there with, who was that in the end? Ericsson was, took about 3 seconds off my lead, so. Other than that, though, we got Ricardo that took it on a 2-stop. We had one DNF. Verstappen. I wonder what happened to him. Several cars a lap down there. How'd those Williams turn out? They had pace earlier. My teammate Raikkonen comes in third, so we get 2 guys on the podium. Top 4 positions did not change. $12 points. That Marina Bay race where I DNF'd was all the difference in my championship. It's unfortunate. I could have restarted that race, but I chose not to because it was my mistake. So there you go. That was it right there. I certainly could have scored 13 points. I got a podium finish there, so. We finished second in the constructor standings, well ahead of Williams. Bottas moves up 1 spot in the very last race of the season. It's good for him. Puts him in 5th. Actually, he tied, so. Well, I hope you enjoyed this season of Joe Average Racer. It was my inaugural season. I'll do a review video coming up here soon, or at least I hope to. I appreciate you watching. Once again, if you have any suggestions for videos, short races, stuff like that doesn't involve a season, go ahead and write them down in the comments. Thanks for making it to the end here with me, and thanks for watching. Keep on gaming, and go Tigers!